And for you, only the best's witch's quail.
That's a good one.
I jest.
Ow! Hi there. I'm the Evangelist. I want to make anime appeal to a broader audience by comparing it to a familiar genre, theme, or Western work. And if you've already devoured Season 3 of The Witcher and still want more, Norihiro Yagi's Claymore may be the anime to sate that hunger. Claymores are a lot like Witchers. A claymore is easily spotted by their silver or cat-like eyes, and like Witchers, experience a physical transformation when they lean on their powers. Powers they use to bisect their prey and scare the crap out of vanilla humans. If you like The Witcher for the blood spray, you'll be right at home watching Claymore. Both sets of monster hunters like having coins tossed in their general direction, though a Claymore has a handler that picks up the reward. More on that in a bit. But the story of Claymore begins with Clare being assigned to a village that's infested with Yoma, a Claymore's most bitter enemy. During the mission, Rocky, a local boy, becomes infatuated with Clare. Which is lucky for him, because that Yoma that Clare was hunting was living in the skin of his brother the whole time, which, ew. Once the false brother is dispatched, it turns out that Rocky has no one else to care for him. Rocky tenaciously follows Clare for days, and she finally accepts that the poor kid's gonna get himself killed if she doesn't keep an eye on him. Reminiscent of Geralt and Ciri, right? Oh, sorry. Ciri. And without getting too deep into spoiler territory, Clare even has her own Vesemir stand-in too. So the baby daddy, or mommy in this case I guess, and murdery grandparent boxes are all ticked too. And a quick Google shows that a few other nerds have had this same train of thought. And while researching, I found one article that had something to teach me. Jonathan Ospa, sorry if I butchered that, in his Screen Rant article, stated that Geralt and Clare were probably inspired by a book. No, not the Sapkowski books that inspired the Witcher video games, the Netflix series, I'm not a complete idiot, but Michael Moorcock's The Dreaming City, where the character Elric of Melibone appeared. It is the color of a bleached skull, his flesh, and the long hair which flows below his shoulders is milk white. From the tapering, beautiful head stare two slanting eyes, crimson and moody. They ain't crimson, but Geralt of Rivia's eyes are definitely moody. But, you know, the pale, blonde, sword and magic-wielding guy describes another anime's main character. Edward's last name is Elric. Oh my gosh, maybe I am a complete idiot. I gotta read more books. And you should hit that like and subscribe button. The more the channel grows, the more time I could spend getting less dumb through the power of literature. And money. And now that we've both learned a fun fact, let's chat about some differences between The Witcher and Claymore. Witchers are predominantly male, no offense to Ciri, and Claymores are predominantly female. And while Witchers are made using magic and potions to enhance their genetics, Claymores are created by being imbued with the very thing they hunt, the Yoma. Unlike Geralt and company, who get gray face from potion toxicity building up in their veins, as a Claymore leans on their inner demon, a Claymore takes on more animalistic features, a sign that the Yoma is beginning to manifest and wrestle its host for control. And this is why Claymores are exclusively female at this point in the story. Turns out dudes were more likely to awaken, a euphemism for going full Yoma, and why every Claymore now has a handler, the manager I mentioned earlier. The handler's job is to provide equipment, ensure the Claymore is following the organization's rules, and check on the health of their, soldier. What's that? Oh, I forgot to say what the organization does to a Claymore that awakens. The handler gives a different Claymore a black card, and then sends them off to decommission their sister-in-arms, like a fleet vehicle that's run out of mileage. And if that sounds horrible, it is. And Iceberg Slim wrote about it long before Claymore or The Witcher was a thing. Now there's a book I wish I could unread. Ugh. But in comparison to the average citizen, the handlers come off as saintly. A common pejorative for a Claymore is a silver-eyed witch. People are uncomfortable being in the presence of a Claymore, let alone talking to one. Heck, in the 3rd episode, we encounter an entire city-state that just refuses them entry. Not that I can wholly blame them. A Claymore is much faster and stronger than any regular human, and they don't win any hearts and minds spouting this kind of rhetoric everywhere they go.
I did not kill your Yoma to save you or anyone else. I kill Yoma because it is my job and my purpose. It's not to save human life.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw an all Claymores are bad sticker somewhere in the background art. Now, Geralt has said some choice things too.
I'm not killing anyone. Not over the petty squabbles of men.
But Jaskier calls him out on it.
Yes. You never get involved. Except you actually do, all of the time.
Claire does plenty of meddling too, so chalk that up to another similarity. Still, just because a standard Claymore won't save you doesn't mean they're out to get you. They aren't allowed to kill people, though you'd be amazed what you can live through. I guess Nietzsche kinda had a point. He who fights with monsters should be careful, lest he thereby become a monster. Which I think is a recurring motif in both series. Geralt and Yennefer both struggle balancing their power and their humanity. And Claire could quite literally lose her humanity by using her powers. That's got to induce some kind of serious PTSD. And I don't mean the I have PTSD with curry, 'cause of that one time.
Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
In the very first episode, Claire chooses to be impaled in order to ensure the Yoma's defeat. That's not as serious as it sounds, physically, anyway. Part of the inhuman Yoma powers is Wolverine-like regeneration. And if that guy has PTSD, all of the Claymores do. Which is where Rocky comes in. He and Ciri both share wanting to help their respective chaperones, and both, at the start, cause more harm than good. And Rocky has no secret elder blood. He's just a standard issue, whiny teenager. You see, Rocky's superpower is empathy and a solid sense of justice. He sees Claire as a human being while so many others do not. And that empathy saves Claire's life. This isn't really a spoiler since we've already alluded to the possibility with the black card, but Claire leans on her inner Yoma too much and starts to turn at one point. When she's about to, solve the problem herself, Rocky pulls her from the brink. Claire always seems ready to dive into the abyss, and Rocky is there to pull her back to the shore. Not that I really know anything about PTSD or the trauma of warfare. I'm by no means a therapist, and I would be the worst soldier. I'm probably even less qualified to talk about gender studies, but I do know a thing or two about burnout. And did you know that women are more likely to burn out than men? 23% more likely, at least in comparison to working mothers versus working fathers. While the UNICEF reference is nice, just by being an American and having eyes, I could have figured that out. Between societal and gender norms, the fact that women are paid 82 cents on the dollar, and bear in mind, lower income is tied to higher stress, yeah, it makes sense. Hey, back to being a partial idiot. But seriously, from a narrative perspective, this is a compelling undercurrent of character stakes. Which is why I think Claire's story is more interesting than Geralt's. She has more pressure, what with the potentially becoming a monster thing, but also Geralt can roam freely while she cannot. Claire has nothing but her gear. Geralt can collect all of his own money and spend it however he wants. And, aside from Jaskier, Geralt has no strangely dressed man to report to and get naked for. He does that for the memes. Want to give Claymore a try? There's a link in the description on where you can stream it. And don't miss out on the 3rd season of The Witcher on Netflix. Hey, I see you, Geralt. Put the other Hemsworths down. I'm okay.